Hello, welcome back to my second video about my life in the struggle that I went through. And let us continue. Now, March, I lost my mother. Let me give you the story how I lost my mother. No, it was not March. It was April because we had closed school. April, but it was date 3 April. And we were on holiday, short-term holiday, and whoever was in that era of Kibake, you remember that teachers used to give us a lot of homework, and so my mother had my mother was a businesswoman. She had a kibada. Kibada means alikuwa na kibada tu kidogo, alikuwa ananunua nyanya, vitunguu, vegetables. Actually, it was not a greengrocer, but a form of a greengrocer where he could go to the market, buy tomatoes at Makutano, potatoes, and would take them to Kabati for selling. And so he used to wake up very early to go and look for those items. Then she would come back at 1, have a rest, so that she may go and open the kibada at 4. Whoever knows about kibada, they usually pick well from 4 because that's the moment people get out of their office, they are going home. That's when they buy groceries. So on that day, myself, I didn't like to kulima. Sikuwa napenda kulima sana, and I was second last. So before me there was my brothers, and some were in the farm, some were in their own business. And so during that day, this what happened in our home. It was that season of preparing the land so that we may plant. So you could see clear from end to end, and we had a 3 mabati room. So my mom came at, so you could see clearly, and I had a lot of homework. So my mom came at 2, and I was doing my homework, and she told me, no, stop doing that homework. Since you have done the home core, I want you to do this. You open the window and go and sprinkle some water because there's a lot of dust. Okay, our home was not cemented. We are staying in mabati house, 3-room mabati house, and so she wanted me to sprinkle water so that we may remove the dust. And so when I was in our bedroom, her bed was beside a window in her room, and my mom was very okay. So when I was going to sprinkle water on the other side, the other room, I had opened the window for air penetration. So my mom told me, you do it quickly so that you may go and call your brothers and finished the rest of the work. So when I was sprinkling water in the other room, and she slept on her room. I don't know what happened. Let me tell you this today. God is real, and still Satan works, but he cannot empower God. Quote that. God is powerful. I don't know where or who or how. I heard my mother calling me, Shiro, come, and I went. She told me, have you sprinkled something which looked like sticky on my hand through the window? I told her, no, I'm in my bed, in our bedroom, and I'm sprinkling water. She told me, can you check outside and see whether there's somebody who has poured me something which look like so sticky, like a glue or like pancake. Inakaa unga ya pancake, that is, let me quote in Kiswahili. very sticky and thick. So I went behind the room, in front of the room, or entrance, but I didn't see anybody. And I told you it was a season of planting, so you could see clearly from far to the end, or from your end to the other end, you could see everything. And I didn't see anybody. Then after 2 minutes, my mom started shivering, fever. She had that feeling of there's somebody who have bewitched me and I'm about to go. Now it triggered my mind, what is happening? And so I started asking her, what do you think it is? She told me, whoever have done this have taken off my life so that I may not take care of you and your small brother. We have a small brother. And so I started telling her, you should not tell me like that because you're not, obvious, like you cannot accept somebody. You cannot accept somebody who is telling you negative. And yes, you see, she was shivering and she had a lot of fever. And she told me a lot of things which I will not tell you now. And she told me, do this, go call your brothers, let them take me to the hospital. I went to the farm, I called my brothers, and after coming back, my mom told me, you'll have this 1000, that is 2009. You go to your grandmother. My grandmother was living in Kakuzi, Makuyu. She told me, you'll go, you call your grandmother. There's one thing I want to tell her. That is her mother. Then your brothers will take me to the hospital. Then you should know this. Since I've seen your integrity and I've seen you are very intelligent through the act of taking yourself to high school without my money, you should know you are the leader of this house. She handled me over a lot of, I will not tell you now. She handled me over the family and I was the second last. So I accepted and I went to call for her mother. And then my brothers took her to the hospital. So since it was 3 and I was going all through to Makuyu to inform my grandmother that my mom wanted to speak with her, so there's no way I could go that day and come back at the same day. So when I went to call my grandmother, we slept and we were to come the next day. Stay tuned. I give you the last part.